So it's a shame we can't video in there, especially when you got a whole bunch of teenage kids taking photos with their iPhones.
With flashes.
You know.
Yes.
And this has got no flash, it's just a video. But yeah, you know, the typical teenage kids, right? Flash, flashity flash, iPhone cameras out every chance they get. So this is Falkland Palace. Pretty neat. It's pretty neat walking through there. Oh, we've got the King's room and the Queen's room here, Dad. Did you go in here?
Yeah, yeah.
Was there a person in here? Or?
Yes, nice young fella. And I sorted the toilet thing out at Ravenscraig Castle.
Yeah.
What we considered, he said, that's exactly right. He said, it just disappears over the side.
Yeah.
I said, yeah. Well, these ones here, a bit more sophisticated. They go to a cesspit.
Yeah.
And it's covered with a big, heavy wooden lid. Right?
Yeah.
Now, he said, when it gets too smelly, the Queen or the King or whoever's in here, they go away for a few days.
Yeah.
The man
And somebody has to come and dig it out.
digs it out, cleans it out,
Yeah.
gets it smelling nice.
Yeah.
And then they send a rider with a horse and say, hey.
Yeah, your
come
shit has
back.
got good now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your room's been changed.
Yeah. Whereas in Edinburgh, it was just all over the place. Just running down the streets. So the King's and Queen's room were in there.
Yeah, we'll go in after. Yeah.
And this down here is the, just gardens or?
Yes, so we've been gardens and courtyards and bits and pieces, I'd imagine.
And the land's owned by a private person, but the castle belongs to the government or to the monarch. But the land's privately owned by the guy who lives here, an Indian. The Marquis, I guess he's the 5th Marquis or whatever, and his parents, or the 2nd Marquis, owned pretty much all the coal in Wales. So he was a big rich magnate, oil magnate basically. So this is Falkland. This is where Grandma was born, but not here, at a little house we think behind here in a crosswind wind. And this is the palace of the Scottish kings, Mary Queen of Scots. And so we just walked around, and down here, a little building down there, is the tennis courts. And it was an indoor, sort of an indoor tennis court game. I don't know, it was totally different, and it was a girls' game. It wasn't really a guys' game. But that in there is the oldest tennis court known to man. 450 years they've been playing tennis there. They're not playing tennis there today, but pretty cool. It was a different game though. The racket was different, and it was more like squash. You could bounce it off the walls. It was only allowed to bounce on the court once, and they had to be hit back. But yeah, quite a different game. But 450 years, and Mary Queen of Scots used to play in her breeches, or basically her underwear. And although everyone was horrified, of course they couldn't say anything to her because she's the boss. So yeah, it was a pretty neat little walk around, eh, Dad?
Yes, it was very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. How the other half lived.
I'll say.